about cultural language translation. Through this podcast, we hope to promote cultural diversity and how translation help people from different backgrounds understand each other. Today, we are going to discuss about one of the most important ceremonies of Manggarai people in Flores, East Nusa Tenggara, Indonesia, namely the Penti ceremony. My name is Katarina Ule, and here I will be a host and also an interpreter for today's discussion. Here I'm not alone, but there are several guests with different roles. So for the first one, Miss Palit, could you explain and introduce yourself?
Okay, thank you. My name is Adalberta Palandito, and here I as a researcher.
Juan?
Oke, baik, terima kasih Amni. Perkenalkan, nama saya Yohanes Debrito Raptular. Di sini saya sebagai pembicara lokal.
Baik, terima kasih. Perkenalkan, nama lengkap saya Maratia Danut. Di sini saya sebagai pembicara lokal.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I am Yohanes Andro Jaharo. Here I am as our interpreter. And Ms. Palit let me introduce them. And the first speaker is Mr. John, and the second speaker is Ms. Eka. They are as local speakers.
Okay. Thank you all for joining us today. And without further ado, Ms. Palit, could you ask about your question to our local information? So, time is yours.
Okay, thank you. So my first question is, could you explain the history and the Penti ceremony itself?
Baik, Ibu Palit ini mau bertanya tentang bisakah Anda menjelaskan sejarah dari Penti?
Baik, terima kasih. Jadi acara Penti sendiri merupakan ritual adat yang paling besar dan paling penting bagi masyarakat Manggarai di Flores, Nusa Tenggara. Dan ini juga bertolak ukur sangat kuat pada tradisi dan juga festival budaya Manggarai. Upacara ini menjadi ungkapan syukur kepada Sang Pencipta tertinggi dan juga kepada para leluhur atas melimpahnya hasil panen.
Okay, Miss Palit, Miss Eka explained that the Penti ceremony is the largest and most significant traditional ritual of Manggarai people, Flores, East Nusa Tenggara, Indonesia. Deeply rooted in Manggarai cultural and spiritual traditions, the Penti ceremony serves as an expression and gratitude to Mori Jalile, the supreme creator in Manggarai belief, and to the ancestors for a successful harvest. That's all.
Okay, thank you for the explanation. It is interesting that Penti is both a Thanksgiving ceremony and a way to honor God and ancestors. It shows how important the ceremony is in Manggarai culture.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Miss Palit. Okay, without further ado, next, the second question, Miss Palit, time is yours.
Okay, the second question is, what is the meaning of Penti ceremony itself?
Baik, Bapak dan Ibu, tadi Ibu Palit bertanya tentang apa makna dari Penti itu sendiri.
Oke, baik. Penti memiliki makna yang sangat penting bagi masyarakat Manggarai sebagai ungkapan syukur atas hasil panen sekaligus perantauan ruhat yang menandai berakhirnya musim panen dan dimulainya siklus pertanian yang baru. Dan juga Penti berfungsi untuk keharmonisan dan keseimbangan antara manusia dengan Tuhan, atau yang biasa disebut oleh orang Manggarai Ngori Krai, serta sesama manusia dan alam semesta.
Oke, terima kasih banyak Juan sudah menjelaskan pertanyaan dari Ibu Palit dengan sangat baik, dan penjelasan yang diberikan juga menurut saya cukup menarik. And now, Pak Sandro, could you explain in English about the information given by Juan So time is yours.
Well, thank you. Mr. Ju explained that Penti has an important meaning for Manggarai people, especially in expressing about harvest Thanksgiving and traditional New Year celebration, and also it making at the end of dry season for the planting season, and uh, and the answers, and to make good relationship between human and uh, God. That's right.
Okay, thank you, Brother Sandro. And Miss Khalid.
Okay, thank you. The meaning of Penti ceremony seems very rich because it combines gratitude, harmony, and cultural tradition. I can understand why this ceremony is still preserved today.
Okay, thank you, Miss Khalid. Okay, without further ado, next for the clarification.
Okay, the third question: when is the Penti ceremony usually held?
Uh, Baik, Ibu paling bertanya tentang kapan upacara Penti itu dilaksanakan.
Oh baik, terima kasih. Jadi acara Penti itu umumnya itu dilaksanakan pada akhir musim kemarau atau menjelang musim tanam, itu sekitar bulan Juni hingga November. Namun pelaksanaannya itu tidak dilaksanakan secara serentak karena adanya perbedaan pelaksanaan di setiap komunitas. Umumnya faktor ini terjadi karena ada dua faktor yang mempengaruhinya. Yang pertama itu karena selesainya musim panen dan juga ritual adat setempat. Dan yang kedua itu di beberapa kampung pertimbangan budaya dan juga sejarah itu sangat berpengaruh pada waktu Penti itu sendiri. Salah satu contoh itu di Bebo terkenal. Jadi di Bebo itu masyarakat itu melakukan Penti itu tidak dilakukan secara bersamaan atau secara serentak dengan masyarakat Manggarai sekitarnya, karena mereka melaksanakannya itu berdasarkan kalender adat dan juga tradisi leluhur mereka. Terima kasih.
Baik, terima kasih Eka sudah menjelaskan pertanyaan ketiga dari Miss Khalid dengan sangat-sangat baik. Dan selanjutnya, Brother Sandro, could you explain in English about the information given by Miss Eka?
Well, thank you. Ms. Khalid, Ms. Ika explained that Penti ceremony is held in the end of dry season, typically between July and November. But this ceremony doesn't conducted in the same schedule because they have different situations of their communities, their local communities, and there are two factors that mentioned by Ika that to change this ceremonial done. It is the completion of the harvest season, and the second is the calendar of their tradition, especially, for example, in Vairabo, that's a famous traditional house. I think that's all.
Okay, thank you, Brother Sandro, for your explanation. And Miss Khalid, so what do you think about the information given by Miss Eka?
It is interesting that the ceremony follows agricultural cycle rather than a fixed date. It shows connection between Manggarai people and nature.
Okay, thank you, Miss Khalid, for the interesting analysis for the information given by Miss Eka. So now, maybe could you ask the last question? So time is yours.
Okay, the last question. What the rituals are usually performed during the Penti ceremony?
Baik, Ibu paling bertanya tentang apa saja ritual yang dilaksanakan dalam acara Penti.
Upacara Penti itu terdiri atas beberapa ritual utama, yaitu yang pertama itu barong lodok. Barong lodok dilaksanakan taulan pertanian yang berbentuk seperti jaring laba-laba, yang berfungsi untuk memohon berkat kesuburan, kemakmuran, dan keberhasilan musim tanam yang akan datang. Dan yang kedua itu barong wai, dilaksanakan di mata air atau sumber air sebagai ungkapan syukur atas ketersediaan air yang menopang kehidupan masyarakat dan kegiatan pertanian. Dan yang ketiga itu barong compang, dilaksanakan di compang atau altar batu kampung untuk menghormati para leluhur serta memohon berkat bagi kesejahteraan masyarakat. Dan yang terakhir itu Penti Uti Pesobeo yang diselenggarakan di Baru Gendang atau rumah adat utama. Upacara puncak ini mencakup persembahan ritual, doa bersama, ungkapan syukur, serta berbagai pertunjukan seni tradisional, terutama tarian caci.
Oke, baik. Terima kasih Juan untuk penjelasan yang diberikan, dan penjelasan yang diberikan juga sangat-sangat rinci. Untuk sekarang, Ms. Padit, the information given by Juan is the Penti ceremony consists of several rituals. For the first one is barong lodok. Barong lodok is performed at the lingko, and the lingko is communal farmland arranged in a spider web pattern to invoke for fertility, prosperity, and a successful planting season. And the second one is barong wai. Barong wai takes place at spring or water source as an expression of gratitude for the water that sustains the community's daily life and agricultural activities. And the third and fourth point will be explained by Brother Sanjay.
Well, the third one is barong tumpang. It is and the third one is barong tumpang. It is done. It is barong tumpang means that it is the center altar made by stone, and it is for offer the offerings from the society, and to ask to respect the ancestors, and to ask the peace of the society themselves. And the fourth one is the Penti Pesobeo or big event. It is the highest ceremony in this tradition, and there are some dance performed in this ceremony, especially chachi dance. And I think that's it.
This ritual seems to show the close relationship between Manggarai people, nature, and their ancestors. It is very interesting to see how different places have different symbolic meaning in the ceremony.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Palit. Those rituals really show the richness of Manggarai culture. Okay, thank you, Ms. Palit. And for our listeners today, our podcast is done, and we hope the information in this podcast today, we hope this podcast is very useful for you all. And to our listeners, thank you for joining us today. We hope this discussion has helped you to learn about the richness of Manggarai culture and the importance of preserving traditional heritage. Okay, we also hope that this conversation has shown the important role translation plays in connecting people across cultures. My name is Arni and thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.